All right, today we're going to talk about something really, really important. It's a topic that gets right to the heart of how we think about our careers, about success, and, our lives. It's a bit of a deep dive, a philosophical one that might honestly change how you think about your future.
So let me ask you something. When I say the words successful entrepreneur, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it a person? A company? A lifestyle? Okay, got it? Hold on to that image, because we're about to explore two very, very different ways to paint that picture. So on one side, you've got the conventional view, right? The person who builds a giant company, hires thousands of people, and is dead set on changing the world. But then there's this other way of looking at it, a path that's not about how big you can build, but about how free you can be, being the master of your own time, designing your own life, where freedom, well, that's the real bottom line. All right, so let's dig into that first path, the empire builder. You know the type. We're talking about the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezoses of the world. Or think about the huge industrialists in a place like Bangladesh running massive garment factories. Their ambition is just on another level.
I mean, their goals are just massive. We're talking creating thousands of jobs, launching stuff that completely changes the game, maybe even getting to ring that opening bell at NASDAQ. These are the people who build empires, legacies, and you absolutely can't deny their impact on the economy.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. It's all about the trade-off. You get the global empire, sure, but what do you give up? Your time, your freedom, and honestly, sometimes your sanity. A lot of these titans have all the money in the world, but they have zero time. Their life is just back-to-back meetings and unbelievable pressure.
Okay, so let's shift gears and look at that other path. And look, this is not about thinking small. It's about thinking differently. It's about a philosophy where you build a business to serve your life instead of the other way around.
This right here, this is the heart of the whole idea. Your business should be a tool that helps you live a better, fuller life. The second your life just becomes fuel for the business, well, the whole thing gets flipped on its head. You might end up losing the very freedom you were trying to build in the first place.
And hey, this isn't just some nice-sounding theory. It's totally possible. Just take a look at this breakdown from the entrepreneur behind this whole explainer. You've got different ventures, digital agencies, online courses, content, all adding up to a solid 10 to 20 crore BDT a year. See, the secret sauce here isn't one giant company. It's a bunch of super efficient income streams that are built for high margins and low stress.
And this is what's so wild. That whole 10 to 20 crore operation is run by just 25 people. And get this, he's never even met most of them in person. It's a structure built for maximum efficiency. And more importantly, maximum freedom. It's not just about getting big, it's about being smart.
So you might be wondering, why are we making such a big deal about these two paths? Because for most people, the reality isn't either of these. It's the good old traditional job. And that's where, for a lot of folks, security starts to look a whole lot like a cage. It's a real freedom crisis.
Now, the source material uses this, let's say, very direct English phrase to describe it. Being someone's bitch. And what it means is, basically, someone else completely controls your life. Your boss tells you when to be at your desk, you have to ask permission to go on vacation, or even to go to a friend's wedding. Your life isn't really yours. It's on loan.
This really brings up a super interesting cultural point. If you're in the US or Europe and your friend gets a job at Google, it's like, oh, cool. But in a place like Bangladesh, it can be front page news. When the biggest dream you can have is to work for someone else's company, you gotta ask, what does that say about our definition of success?
Wow, and this metaphor just hits so hard. The companies give you perks, right? A trip, a fancy dinner party. But those things are like a special feast in a prison. For that one moment, the good food makes you forget you're still locked up. But the next day, you're right back in your cell, and nothing has fundamentally changed.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Look, this isn't about saying empire builders are bad and lifestyle entrepreneurs are good. Not at all. We need empire builders. This is about recognizing that you have a choice, a really deep philosophical choice. There's no right answer for everyone. There's only the right answer for you.
So you really have to ask yourself, which path feels right for you? Do you get fired up by the idea of massive scale and changing history? Or does your heart beat faster for a life of complete freedom and personal control?
Just remember this, the default path, the one everyone seems to be on, it's not the only path.
This idea that you just have to trade a huge chunk of your life to some company for a paycheck, that's a story we've been told, not a law of the universe. There is another way.
So we're going to leave you with this final thought. It's not about which path is better. It's really about one thing. What price are you willing to pay? Are you willing to trade your time to build an empire? Or are you willing to trade the scale of that empire to own your time? Because this choice, it's not just about your business. It's about how you're going to live the one and only life you've got.